This week in Women in Sports, she's back. See how a Lynx superstar performed in her first game back from injury. Plus, Minnesota gymnast Suni Lee says that she's making another run at the Olympics. Her mindset as she returns to the mat with so many people cheering her on. And later, we're getting an inside look at a college basketball dynasty. Catch a sneak peek of the new documentary on the UConn's women's basketball team featuring Paige Bueckers and Maya Moore.
WCCO's Women in Sports, sponsored by Franson Bank and Trust.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Amelia Santaniello. Here at WCCO, we are celebrating the highlights of female athletes in this digital segment called Women in Sports. We'll share news stories with you every week right here as we do our part to give these athletes the recognition they deserve. The surge in popularity for women's sports in Minnesota is built on a legacy of women who found a way. At the YWCA on Lake Street, they gather every week for small college women's basketball players. It has an interesting history and some interesting stories. Mike Max introduces us to a team that's a century and a quarter in the making.
They show up on Lake Street at the YWCA in South Minneapolis, a time-honored summer tradition. A 24-team league for current and former college basketball players. And they have been facilitating this for longer than you think. They were on the north side of Minneapolis more than a century ago, where women would show up for activities like dancing and, yes, basketball.
We started in like 1900, believe it or not, because there were girls who were not allowed to enter their school's practice facilities. So the YWCA, who had actually built a facility so women had a place to exercise, decided we would start a basketball league.
Carthen Watson has been here for the past 3 decades for this league. She is quick to point out that this was in play before Title IX. That what the YWCA did was provide the opportunities women wanted.
We decided to do this before we were forced to. You know, before there was legislation, before it was even front of mind.
It is here you find stories. Anita McCoy used to play at Augsburg. She's now in the medical field, but wants to keep playing. Doing that means bringing her biggest fan. Her 11-month-old son, Akari, is at every game, on the sidelines, with Mom. Isn't this kind of cool to have him here?
Oh, it's amazing. And he's a big cheerer. He'll clap for me and everything. He doesn't even know what's going on, even when I'm having a bad game.
And he mugs for the camera.
Yes. Say hi.
Mike Durbin is the head coach at St. Ben's. He loves this league. His team plays together, and doing it without a coach. The players have to coach each other, which develops a different skill set in the off-season.
They're coaching themselves, which is also a benefit because it gives them that opportunity to empower themselves, to organize a league, pay for it, recruit players from our program to play.
Coaching on the floor is perfect for this player, McKenna Hoffchild from Prior Lake, all 5 feet 3 inches of her. She took her small frame to the big time, first as a player at Colorado State, then 2 years as a grad assistant at UConn, under the legendary head coach Gino Ariano, which she described as
incredible. I mean, you don't really realize until you get in it every single day. He really is the best of the best. I've never seen somebody so smart and so intelligent with the way he not only approaches the game but approaches his players too.
She has decided to return to the court as a player and will play in Spain next season. So this is a tune-up.
That's what makes this league special is it's a lot of people that you grow up with and you play against your whole life, and you get to kind of come back together, have some fun, but compete.
You're a basketball junkie, aren't you?
Eat, sleep, and breathe basketball.
Yes, it's a little bit of a Minnesota secret, but they come together weekly to play and to enjoy, and maybe to keep growing the game to another level.
I would love for us to have even more teams because the programs are so spread around the Twin Cities. They don't necessarily get a chance to play with different folks. And so I'd love to see it expand. I'd love to see us have more tournaments.
While the Minnesota Lynx can breathe a sigh of relief, Olivia Miles turned her ankle in the win over LA on Wednesday and did not return. She was back at practice and it appears that she will be ready to play against Portland tomorrow. Besides Olivia Miles, the Lynx veteran-reliant team, and lately 13-year pro Kayla McBride is carrying a huge load. She's been shooting the lights out. She dropped a game-high 24 points in last night's win. She's had 20-plus points in 6 straight games. She is 5th all-time in three-pointers made and should move into 4th on that list by season's end.
She sees basically the ocean, you know, in the rim. It's like, it's hard to not give her the ball. It's hard to not look for her. And she's gotten so good at like reading where I'm at and finding her windows through that. And I feel like we've connected on a lot of pretty cool passes and whatnot. But yeah, when you see your teammates succeed like that and see her having the run that she's having, it's special.
Minnesota Lynx's best player made her much anticipated return to the court. Napheesa Collier played in her first game since last September. She has sat out so far this season as she recovered from surgery on both of her ankles. The Lynx took on the Seattle Storm on the road for the second game of a back-to-back with them. Collier led the team with 24 points. Kayla McBride added another 20. The Lynx win it 86-76. After the game, Fee talked about getting back out there with her teammates.
I feel like I got my feet under me a little bit. Obviously, it's just like a year of pent up excitement. So I think there's a little bit of settling in, but my teammates always have me. They always have my back. Like, they're encouraging me throughout this whole process.
I just questioned, did I even want to be there anymore?
What did we talk about, Paige?
That is basketball star Paige Bueckers in a new documentary about the UConn Huskies dynasty. The Hopkins native helped the Huskies win one of their 12 national titles. That success comes at a cost. The 3-part series outlines the grueling pressure, sacrifices, and physical toll that it takes to build the most dominant program in college basketball history. Former Lynx star Maya Moore also takes part. The documentary premieres next month on Apple TV.
I know what I'm capable of.
Two-time Olympian and gold medal winner Suni Lee announced her return to the sport this week with an eye on LA 2028. This time she is choosing to train at home in Minnesota. This week held her first day back. Susan Elizabeth Littlefield tells us how after Paris she was a little confused about a return to the sport, but after much contemplation she is sure she's ready.
All right, are you ready? In an inconspicuous industrial park, Midwest Gymnastics now has attention from around the world. It means a lot of cameras. Huh?
Yeah, lots of cameras, lots of kids.
And lots to discuss. Is the face that adorns the walls. Suni Lee is back to the place where it all began. What was it when she was 6? And what did you identify?
Sport. She loved to have fun and she loved to flip and do the sport. Talent usually isn't the differentiator for who can be good in this sport. Usually it's the love of the sport.
And from Tokyo to Paris, she proved that time and time again. But she tells us there's more to prove.
I've kind of gotten my glow back, and I'm just really comfortable with who I am as a person, so I'm really excited to take that into training because I think I am a lot more confident.
WCCO captured her first official day back in the state and the gym she calls home. You could train anywhere. Why here in Little Canada, Minnesota?
I couldn't see myself anywhere else. Like, it would never work out. They understand me and how I work as an athlete, but also just as a human. And I think that's another thing that's really important because it's one thing to be an athlete and to coach an athlete, but to see me as a person outside of that is really cool.
Here, she's not Suni Lee, she's Suni, you know.
Knowing that so many people in the state love you and are proud of you, is there something about that energy being here?
Yeah, I mean, all of my family is here too. And it's just really exciting. Like, I love getting to come back and seeing all of the little kids.
I mean, what's it like having her at your gym?
It's very exciting. It's very good energy and just makes me more excited for everything that's to come.
And something else that is to come?
Back in time for the state fair, too.
Yeah, back in time for the fair. Guys, I go to the fair at least.
She loves the fair.
5 times.
We all love the fair.
I go to the fair at least 5 times. Yeah. Like, I have to.
So that's why you're here, basically.
Yes, okay. I had to come like right before so I could lock in for like a month and then go to the state fair and do whatever I wanted there.
And Suni Lee has proven she can do whatever she wants. I wish they understood about her. They really knew.
Just to do what she did with the kidney disease and to gut out Paris where she was probably at like 65-70% of what she could do. I mean, it's easy to look at, but if you haven't been through that a few times and you don't know what it takes, you don't realize how rare that is. It's just, yeah, she's just special.
Suni's goal is to be back on the team in 2028 in Los Angeles, and you can count on the people of Minnesota cheering her on. Thanks for watching this week's Women in Sports. I'm Amelia Santaniello. We'll be back with more great stories next week.